I love kimchi.
Yeah.
I love
The remix.
kimchi.
Yeah.
I love kimchi.
Yeah.
I love kimchi. Come on. I love kimchi.
Oh,
Yay, I did it.
welcome to the show, everyone. This is AngelaTheComic live. Hello, hello. Let me wave to some people.
Are we live?
Huh?
Are we live?
We're live.
We gotta touch your face on the screen.
Touch it like this. Like that.
Didn't already do it.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to AngelaTheComic live. I'm your host, AngelaTheComic, and this is the dog.
The dog.
But also engineer
I
extraordinaire.
am Mike Lowe of Mike Lowe Productions, and the dogs are very rowdy.
You know what it is? They took a nap, so they're very energetic.
Open the door so they can run out.
No.
Cool. Good
Because they're going to
thing the
start
dogs are
howling
here.
at the front door. I feel bad for our neighbors.
Do you though?
Do I, though?
No, I don't.
Not really. So what are you watching, sir? What's up?
Cocaine Cowboys.
Cocaine Cowboys.
Yeah.
Okay, it's on Netflix. We've been watching it, you guys. You have to watch it. It's so good. It's on Netflix. It's Cocaine Cowboys, the Kings of Miami.
Miami, baby. Good times. And that's gonna fall.
Wow.
Might wanna we can grab that real
This is
quick.
going to be a great show, I can
These
tell.
dogs are really active. Hold on.
This is going to be a really great show. Yeah, so let me tell you about this show. It's about, I didn't even know this was going on in Miami. Is it just me or just every other day Netflix has another documentary on some drug kingpins that I never even heard of? So it's two childhood friends, Willie Falcone and Sal Maguta. Maguta. Falcone.
Magluta.
Falcone. Sounds like,
Magluta.
you know what I'm saying? And they're Cuban. Can you do a
Sounds
good
Italian.
Cuban accent?
No.
Can you do? I can do a really good.
I don't know if that's Cuban.
I can
though.
do a good accent.
Hey, the fuck are you talking
Hey,
about? Okay.
all you got to do. What?
I don't know. What was Scarface? Was he Cuban?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I got a Scarface one. I guess I do have a Cuban one.
Do you know what I'm saying? Look. First of all, you gotta make sure you don't pronounce the last letter, okay? You just gotta the first and very smooth. You know what I realized?
Wouldn't it be instead of okay? That's two letters.
I realized all of these drug kingpins. I just want to see one nerd come up. A documentary about a nerd that was a drug kingpin. That was like, yeah, I was in charge of a $40 trillion cocaine empire, and it was really lucrative.
There's actually one on Netflix. The dude that does he sells the pills online or whatever.
No, I mean like a real documentary.
I think it's based on a true story.
It seemed really?
I want to say yes.
No, really?
He's in London, I think. But yeah,
What did you think about the series so far? You guys have to watch it. It's Cocaine Cowboys on Netflix.
it's not the Cocaine Cowboys you know. It's a new version.
Yeah, the Kings of Miami.
He's in Miami.
The Kings of Miami.
It's pretty good so far. Interesting how money can buy you certain things. I'm not gonna give away too much. But
It's crazy. It's just when you think, oh yeah, it is what it is. That's probably what's gonna happen. It gets crazier. You're like, wait, what? And I've hyped it up enough.
yeah, it's just enough. I think it's worth to watch. I'm on episode 3 or 4.
There's only 6 episodes, you guys.
Yeah, so it's a
6
short,
episodes on Netflix.
short little
But
thing.
you want to binge watch it because it's that good.
Bingo.
I don't ever think any of that is worth it, though. Because the fugitives, whenever they catch fugitives, you always see them. The first thing they say is, thank goodness you caught me. Why were you running? All you wanted was to be caught. Why were you running?
I think after a certain amount of time, it's kind of a game.
No, thank
Can
you.
they catch
Bro,
me?
if I'm running from the law,
Can they not
I
catch
would be like in the woods, just chilling.
That's how they found that one dude.
I would never feel like, oh, you know what? You know what will make today a better day? If I turn myself in and go to prison. I would never think that. I would wake up in the morning like, it's nice to not be in a 2 by to little cell. I'm so glad you caught me.
Obviously.
I'm so relieved. Relieved.
A lot of these people need the money.
Uh-huh.
And they keep going, and it turns into this monster that it is. Mm-hmm. They're making millions of dollars. Why would they stop? Makes no sense. Esto ese.
I'm talking about the people that are wrong.
Esto ese.
It's the people that are wrong, man.
Yeah,
Why do you have to do your lips like this, though, when you're doing it?
I'm not sure what you're
You
saying,
know what I'm
though.
talking about? My best friend is Cuban. One of my best friends. I got more than one. So lucky.
Nice.
Precious people in my life.
Do I know
Everyone.
your friend?
Yes, you do. She's Cuban. New York. You know who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Your New York connection.
She Cuban. She Cuban. And she doesn't talk like that. She actually talks very beautifully. Not that that's not beautiful, but you know, I'm gonna take some lessons next time in New
All
York.
right, what else are you watching? I'm done with your Cuban accent.
She gonna.
What
You know
else?
what? You know what? You don't like it? You can leave. Okay? You can leave. That's what you can do. Okay? Okay? Because when you fuck with me, you fuck with.
All right, it's gone too far. I think we're good. Do
you
we
know
have
what?
to clap
You know,
you?
I love it.
All right, that's great.
I
Thanks.
love it when you're getting annoyed. Okay?
I am annoyed, actually.
When you get annoyed, I love it.
Do you?
Do you know what? Do you know what? I'm gonna look at that. I'm gonna wave to some people. Do you know what?
Yeah.
I'm gonna wave to some
It's a
people.
long bit. What
I
else
try.
you got?
I
What
try.
else are you watching?
Well, besides watching, you
Oh, thanks.
built your first Lego set.
I did.
Okay, so a little background story. During when COVID first started and we were like all quarantined, I really got into Legos. So I was building sets. I was ordering like bulk Legos.
Bit much.
It was a bit much.
You went to the Lego store that
In
was like
bulk.
the
An hour away.
an unofficial store that makes bricks.
It's
or
one of
something.
the most famous Atlanta brick store. It's one of the most famous resellers in this state, and people from outside of the state come to that store to buy.
Nice. It's
Legos,
a little
yeah.
nerd village. All the little dorks talk about
you
Lego
know what?
sets and
Do
stuff.
you know? The
Hi, I'm
ner-
a dork. Me too.
the nerds get me out, okay? My lawyer's a nerd. My accountant's a nerd.
Whoa, you got the Lego set is discontinued since '98.
That's Star Wars. I love Star Wars.
I know you're not allowed to do it. You are the Lego nerd. Anyways, I got the Seinfeld set that
Yes.
just came out, which has everybody in the crew and Newman, the postal worker. Hello, Newman.
Oh, boy. Tell us
Hello,
more about
Jerry. It was cool to build. Took me 2 days. Pretty excited about it. I don't know what I'm supposed to do with it. I don't know what to do with it, really. It's in front of my PlayStation 5 right now. It's just a little vibe. I like it. Angela's on her phone, so we'll go ahead and continue the show here.
that. No, I'm getting our guest in.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Do you know what?
But anyways, I think it's kind of cool. It's got a lot of little details about the show. If you ever seen the show, you would notice that. They got the scene where George is kind of naked on the couch.
Nudish.
Or, yeah, he has his shorts on. Apparently, Kramer took the picture, if you didn't know. Because he wanted to seduce the lady that was developing the pictures for him. And he liked her. And he's like, you know what? I'm going to put some kind of racy pictures, sexual pictures. And Kramer's like, I'll do it. And, you know, it's a whole funny thing. Definitely check it out. It's good stuff.
Boy.
Angela doesn't like Seinfeld, by the way. The show.
What?
The show. She's not into
Don't
it.
say that.
Every time I play it, she's like,
Don't
oh,
say
you're
that.
watching this show again.
Don't say that.
And she's hating on Coming
It's
to America.
pretty
when I go.
funny. It is a pretty funny show.
I think it's funny.
It's pretty funny.
I don't think it's hilarious.
Yeah.
Bubble Boy, classic. Coffee table book about coffee tables.
Thing about Seinfeld
See, she doesn't know.
is that either you really love it or you're, oh yeah, it's good. Nobody
Well, that's-
hates it. Who
that's
hates
you.
Seinfeld? Come on.
I didn't say you hated it. I said you didn't enjoy it.
And you're like, Angela doesn't like Seinfeld.
You don't.
Gosh, I know my wife.
Anyways, so yeah, I want to start rewatching the show because now I'm invested. Would you like to watch it with me, Angela?
Yes.
Because you enjoy it?
I would love to watch that show.
Awesome.
You know what I enjoy even more?
Right after this episode, we can start.
Hey, comedians in cars getting coffee with Jerry Seinfeld.
Gotcha.
Love that show.
Gotcha.
Love that show.
Don't ever hey me again.
Hey, you know
to
what?
Get me to stop talking. Hey.
Hey.
I got something to say.
Here's the thing.
Stop speaking.
Hey, guess what?
Anyways, what's up?
We have a great guest on the show today.
Oh my gosh.
She is, and there's so many because she's so great. She is a podcaster, an author, marketing specialist, thought leader, and mommypreneur. Like entrepreneur, mommypreneur.
Oh, nice.
And coming to the show. CheckaCee.
CheckaCee.
I love kimchi.
Check out.
I love kimchi. Come on. I love kimchi. I love kimchi. I love kimchi. I love kimchi.
Hello.
Hey!
What up?
Oh my
How
gosh.
are you
I feel like it's been
guys?
forever. Hold on. Let me.
Gotta readjust.
I love how you have the skyline behind you. What's
girl.
up?
I was like, where do I go? Like, I don't even know, because, I'm like in bed by this time.
I know. You know what?
This is like a late night date for me. I'm like,
You would-
"Ooh, snap, I got something to do after 8 o'clock.
I
What?"
That's too
Nice.
funny. You know what's funny? Our California friends asked if we could go on later because it's 5:30 over there. 5:41 right now. So they're like, "Oh, can you? I'm coming home from work. If that's the case, then you could just listen to us. It's nothing. It's not
Right,
visual.
right,
Or
right.
you
Nothing.
can watch it later. Thank you for your support.
Yeah,
That's what I
nothing to see
do.
there.
Oh my god! Thank you so much for being on the show, and we're so excited.
Thank you
To
for
ask-
having me. I'm so excited to be on with you guys.
Yeah, we're so used to being interviewed by you
Yes.
that the tables have turned, my friend.
My gosh. We are full circle.
The tables have
I
turned.
know, right? It's
First
so
question.
crazy.
No, I was kidding.
That quick? Huh?
Number one. No.
Oh
man.
my God.
You go by CheckaCee. How did you come up with that name?
Oh, well, it's nothing too spectacular. My real name, I'll put it out there now. Before I used to keep it so secretive.
It's
My real
on your
name-
book. Uh-huh.
I know, it's on my book now, exactly.
Uh-huh.
So it's Francesca, but as a kid, my sister couldn't say Francesca, so she said Checka, and it just literally stuck with me forever, in a
Aw.
decade, and then another decade. 'Cause-
Nice.
Oh, my
Shout
God.
out to the sister.
Yeah, I mean, nothing too fun. I wish it was
It's fun.
more crazy story, but no.
No.
it's just that.
I love it.
love
We're
it,
gonna
too.
name our kid after you.
Yo, Checka, get over here.
Checka, get your ass in this house. Get in this house. No.
Perfect.
2 syllables. And are you from Atlanta, or how'd you end up coming to Atlanta?
So I'm in Atlanta now, right? But I've been here. I guess I've been here for 10 years. But I grew up in Hoboken, New Jersey. Jersey
in the
girl,
house.
A-long.
Joyzy.
Joyzy.
Yes, super
Jersey.
Jersey. I go back every couple of months to keep my accent fresh.
Is that what it is?
Nice.
I can't get rid of it. It's over. I can't. Everybody. So I don't fit in anywhere I go because, in Atlanta, I sound too Jersey, and then when I go to Jersey, it's oh, you got this Southern twang, I'm like, okay, whatever. But no, I moved here years ago for my radio career.
Yeah, I was going to say, when I first met you, you were a radio DJ at 103.3. Wow. How did I remember that?
Is that right?
Wild 105.
Wow.
Wild 103.7?
105.7.
105%.
Wow. Did you get anything
Did you
right?
change to 103.3? No?
No, the radio stations always change. They always
Ah,
lose companies,
got you.
crap like that. So but I was on 3 different radio stations in it.
Ah,
So
okay,
that's
got
probably
you.
why. You're like,
Got
which
you.
one?
How'd you get into radio?
I started in college on college radio, and then
You got scooped up?
I interned at Bad Boy Records randomly. A homegirl was like, yo, I know somebody who's looking for an intern at Bad Boy. And then I kind of started interning with Wendy Williams from Bad Boy, and then I kind
What?
of, but I always kind of knew I wanted to do radio. I was like that radio girl in my college campus. Like I was like, yo, check out my show, passing out flyers. Like, yo, I was always like hanging with the dudes, like freestyling. Like I used to have the guys on the show. Like, yo, spit a
Hey.
rhyme. You know, I was like that chick.
Bars.
Oh my
You have
god.
bars?
It only lasts for so long, you know. Like it's like something that I can't bring into motherhood. I think I don't know, or maybe I could, but like I can't be partying at the clubs at 50, hosting the club. Like, what up, yo?
I'm gonna start partying when I turn 50. I'm gonna
Oh.
bring it right back, full circle.
Swag
Like,
back,
hey,
right?
I'm gonna be taking my vitamins before I go take a little nap, some osteoflex, and it's on. It's on.
That's snapback for real.
Snap back, like I'll snap my back. I got you. Got you at that age. Wait, so you interned for Diddy?
I interned for Diddy. Yeah, I went to the white
Puff.
party.
At
and
that time, it was
everything.
Puff, Puff Daddy,
Puff.
Puff Diddy.
Crazy.
You know, he really, people don't realize how much he hustled to get to where he is now. I remember reading, like, in the newspaper that he couldn't pay his car bill, like his, not car loan, but, oh, shit.
The dog has officially dropped something. Nice.
Oh, snap.
This dog aggressive tonight. I'm gonna have to give him a
I'm
kibble.
so sorry. The thing was, okay, so no, he couldn't pay his car bill, I guess, when they pick up celebrities or whatnot. And he had to get on the phone himself and talk to the vendor and be
so
like,
cute, the doggy.
Lucy.
Yeah, the other one keeps
What's his
bothering her.
name?
Well, yeah, Lucy.
Oh, Lucy.
So
That's
cute.
so cute.
She's a little pretty little bitch.
She's adorable.
She's a
I'm a
Chiweenie.
Chiweenie.
She's a Chiweenie. She's a Chihuahua and a wiener dog.
Oh my God, she's so
Dawson.
cute and
Very
cuddly.
lucky.
So yeah, so Diddy. So you were there in the beginning then.
Yeah, it was I think 2004 when I interned. I don't know, I'm dating myself like a mug, but it was a really big year for him. Like Mace came back. The big album was re-released.
Yeah.
112, he was doing work with them. You know, he was in the play A Raisin in the Sun that summer. So
yes.
It was like a super busy, like he was running the marathon for the first time.
I remember.
Like, it was a really cool time to be interning with him, really, because it was like all of these elements that you know, we got to see.
Wow. So, and then you interned for Wendy Williams. Oh my gosh. I remember I would run home to turn on the radio to listen to her because she came on right after, like when school ended 3:30, like her show started like during that time or whatever, and I would catch
it drive time.
Yeah. Oh,
it was drive time.
She was hilarious. She would crack me up.
It was interesting. Yeah, she was really cool. She, you know, she didn't do nothing but lay back and talk just like she does now, you know, like just talk and everybody just kind of does their thing around her and like makes the show work. And so that's what it was really. Interning with her was just kind of like, but you know, I was an Angie Martinez girl. So like,
yeah, me too. Yes. All the Hot 97. Like, yeah.
It was interesting that I landed that way because that wasn't really, you know, but I was like, hey, it was cool because she knew her shit. I mean, Wendy Williams, she's like beyond vet. I mean, like she just knew, you know, she just knew how to have a conversation and ask questions, and like just that was her shtick, and you know, even more than that, you know. So it was cool to watch her.
Yeah. So then, how did you make the jump from New York radio to Atlanta radio?
Oh well, it wasn't that simple. I actually ended up working part-time in upstate New York in Albany first as a part-timer for like $7 an hour. I drove like a couple of hours just to do one shift, you know, get paid pennies, you know what I mean? And but then eventually I was applying like crazy. I was so obsessed with radio. I would apply, like I would look up radio stations across the country and I would just apply to them because somebody told me, like a mentor at the time, Bartell, who's actually at WKTU, the Beat of New York in New York City, still to this day. He's the music director, and he's been probably like, geez, I don't know, maybe 15, 20 years now. But he was like one of my mentors and still is. You know, we still kind of contact each other here and there, but not as much because I'm not in the game as much. But you know, he was like, you got to move out of the city, out of the state, in order to get your feet wet and like build and grow. Like you can't just jump on New York City radio. Like it's not that easy. So, anywho,
right.
I ended up landing a spot in Columbus, Georgia, really small, 148th market or something, right? Really tiny market. And so I ended up there, and then eventually, after being in Columbus for a couple of years, I applied in Atlanta and ended up getting something in Atlanta, but part-time only in Atlanta, you know?
Dang.
Yeah, so it was like
because it's a lot of competition. Yeah, at that
yeah.
time, it was like New York radio was like Hot 97. Then you had like Elvis Duran in the morning on Z100.
Yeah.
New York radio was the shit. Like it was so good. You just have back to back to back. Like yeah, it's still
is.
no. I think
is. I agree.
The thing is, like, I feel like a lot of people are moving to Sirius Radio, Sirius XM, and they're moving to iHeartRadio.
Yeah, it's a different game. It's a way different game. It's not the same anymore. Like you got podcasting now, you know.
Right, and you have a podcast, Snapback Journey, and I want to talk about that because I'm sorry. So the Snapback Journey Radio is what you have, the podcast, and you talk about like mental health, career, health journey, gender pay gap. It's geared towards women, is from what I understand. Can you tell us more about that?
Yeah. So, you know, after years in radio, I was kind of like tired of talking about Cardi B and all these the same old same with the, you know, the award shows and all of that. It's cool, but after a while, I was like, I really want to do something more meaningful, like touching people, like really having real conversations, and I just could never do that in radio. They would never allow me to do it. It was always so controlled. So, anywho, long story short. Yeah, so I was like, you know what? Podcast. I could do my own thing. I could do what I want. I could, you know, it could be my own thing, my baby, you know, birthday.
Right.
So, anywho, I really wanted to, like, touch women and, like, really make that the center of the show and, like, talk about, I mean, who better, right? Because I'm the demo. Like, I'm a woman. I know what we go through. I know the struggle. I know moving from career to career or moving from job to job. I know having a baby. I know, you know, boyfriend, husband, whatever, like all of those things. So I think, you know, I was just like, it's cool to have those kind of conversations and real conversations around what women are struggling with and like sort of helping women in that sense, you know. Around those conversations. Like, let's talk about it, you know?
Yeah. And I like the topics that you touch because you touched on like depression. I saw an episode on depression, on, you know, also death. Like there's no subject I think that is taboo for you, and I love that because you have open-handed conversations with people. I love the soundtrack in the back.
I'm sorry.
No, it's cool.
I'm in the middle of ATL.
I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's because I'm from New York. It's very
what's funny? It's so
very
like,
comforting
I don't even
to me.
hear it.
I didn't.
That's Atlanta, baby.
Yeah,
because
the heart of it.
Baby's crying. I'm deaf. Like I can't even. I'm like, oh, for real? There's something going on.
So this is what I wanted to talk to you about your babies. Like you just gonna keep having good looking kids. Like you can't have one. You can't have one that's like, oh,
thank you.
They look like they have a great personality. Like, no, they all gotta be cute. They're so cute too. Oh my gosh, I see the picture. I'm like, yeah. Just want to bite their face. I mean, in a very loving.
That's a little weird.
Very loving way.
Don't do that.
Want to bite their face. Is that normal? How is that?
My daughter's face. I'll let you babysit her for a few hours too, if you want, please.
Yo.
There you go.
Our friends' kids be telling us the craziest stuff, cause they know like Auntie Angela and Uncle Mike is cool, and so they'll tell us stuff like they don't tell their parents, and I'm like. Huh.
Well, now that Angela works from home, she's here all the time. So whenever you want Angela,
yeah, if you want to drop them off,
I'll send her over.
Drop off.
Oh,
believe me,
boy.
I will put you on the babysitting list.
But then you're also you're also into a lot of different areas. Like I had so many titles for you. You're a podcaster, you're an author. You just came out with your Snapback Journey cookbook. It's a carb-controlled pescatarian recipes for gestational diabetes. Why was it important for you to write this book of recipes?
Yeah, so it's for gestational diabetes, and I with my second pregnancy, with Brody, my little son who just turned a year, I ended up
Congrats.
developing things. I ended up developing gestational diabetes in the
Dang.
process.
Oh.
And so like it was a big thing for me because I was like running a blog that's all about health and wellness, and I'm like
Right.
running and I'm like working out and talking to women about being healthy and getting their snapback. You know, I have the course. It's helping women get their snapback and also market themselves. So
Right.
anyway, in all of that, I'm like, oh my God, how am I, you know, like being diagnosed with gestational diabetes? Like this can't be true. So
Right.
it really was like a lot. It was like a lot to like prick my finger every day, 4 times a day, and just I just felt like there's such a community out there like of women who have had gestational diabetes.
I heard
And
it's very common with pregnancy.
it
Very,
is.
very
It's very
common.
common, and so people kind of take it lightly too. Like people are like, "Oh, girl, you're good. Like you got gestational. It's kind of normal, no big deal." But like,
Right.
it's fucking scary, right? Because you're like, I have a baby in my belly. I'm carrying. I want to make sure that everything is okay. My health is
Right.
good. His health is good. So I think just like, and the book is just, I kind of just walk through the day to day, like, and what my day to day meals look like, and
Right.
like kind of just share the recipes that help me. Because what happened was I ended up not going on medication or not doing insulin shots.
Nice. You
Really?
did it.
But the doctors wanted me to at some point, and I was like, no. I kind of kept going like, I could fight this. Like I could just give me one more week. I kept like asking like my doctor, like, can I just, like, the baby is in good health, right? Yes, everything is good with the baby. Everything looks great. All right, cool. Now if the baby wasn't in good health, maybe it would have been a different story. But for
Right.
me, that was not the case. So I just feel like I was like, it's necessary. Like people started asking me for recipes and stuff, and I was like, you know what? I think it's time. Like I always wanted to write a book. I never thought it would be a cookbook, but
Right.
I do love to cook for my family.
Right.
And
Nice.
I do love to try to be healthy. You know, I'm like old school wifey in the kitchen all day long. And so believe me, like the cooking is happening.
You
So
hear
I was
that,
like, you know
Angela?
what? Why not?
Angela, you hear that?
But
Wifey
did I
in the
hit a
kitchen.
nerve?
Checka.
I'm about to buy 3 of
I
your
cook
books.
a real good bowl of like cereal. Like the way I pour
Oh,
the milk, and I make him coffee.
Coffee.
Coffee. I make him
the
coffee.
coffee.
So I'm gonna
I
buy
make him
3
noodles,
books.
ramen noodles. Why are you complaining?
I'm gonna buy
I make
3
you so many
books.
things.
One for the kitchen, one for your like by your bed, and one at your desk.
So you never cooked? You never
No.
cooked?
Here's
Nah,
the
she
thing.
cooks. She
No.
cooks.
Oh, you want to get into it? Oh, we gonna get into it.
She
See,
cooks.
I knew this was gonna happen. Checka is such a professional that even though I'm interviewing her, I knew she was gonna flip it. I knew. So let me tell you.
We gotta know. It's good.
Checka, we've been together over 10 years, right? The
Have we?
first, yeah.
It's a long time.
Yeah. I'm about to trade your ass in for a Chevy.
Okay.
So we've been together for over 10 years, right? Over 11 years now.
Wow.
At first, I would
Congrats.
make his lunch. I would pack him his lunch, you know, like I would cook dinner. I would make breakfast, all of that.
Sweet.
And then it started to get to a point where like I'm in the kitchen cooking and he's like, no, don't saute the chicken like that. Saute it like this. And I'm like, okay. And then it was like, you do it then. Why am I doing it?
Why am I doing it?
You
Good
do
for
it.
you though. Good for you moving from that role. Like it's hard
All
to
right.
move from that role because these men, they get sucked into it. They're like, oh yes.
Let's talk.
All right,
Let's
let's
talk.
shut it
Let's
down.
talk.
Shut
Let's
everything
talk.
down.
Look,
This
can't
is not
stand
going
his
well.
ass. I can't stand.
We've
This
lost the
is-
connection.
First of all, that's a little problem there. No, I was kidding.
It was small
Oh, man.
things.
No,
But
it's fine. I
it's
do
great
cook.
that you cook. I mean, right?
No,
I'm a
I
chef. I come from a family that cooks.
I
My pops cooked. My mom's cooked, obviously.
Okay.
I've always been in the food business in general.
cook from time to time, and his complaint
So I
is
was trying to help her, not to cut you off. I was like, hey, that's nice, but you could do it this way. And she took it like, oh, well, make it yourself. And I'm like, all right, well, I'll make it myself. And she's like, what are you cooking? Like, now she wants to eat my food. Come
No,
on.
I cook. Checka from time to time. I'll make like lasagna,
She
spaghetti, all
does.
of that.
She makes too much.
He was always complaining I make too much. He's like, why we gotta eat lasagna for like 17 days? Like,
Too
why you
much.
gotta?
It's
I
two
love
of us.
You
that.
gotta.
Who needs that much?
I
That is
can't.
funny, but that's good. I
I
wish I
can't
could
help
cook
it.
for a lot of people. I never know how to cook for a lot of people. It's
It's because
No.
I don't know the measurements. I'm just like, just
The other
putting
day,
in the.
she cooked
You're
fried
like
shrimp.
everybody.
It was like 18 pounds of fried shrimp. How much do you need? I don't know what's going
No,
on.
you gotta go to H
Shrimp is
Mart.
good.
If you go
It's
to H
good. It's
Mart,
just
their
a lot.
seafood is really good.
Ooh, I
Goodness
gotta try
gracious.
it.
You know,
gotta
but
try
then you're so. I've always noticed since I first saw, first met you, first saw you from across the room. No, when I first met you, you were always so involved in the community, and I love that. And you have all
Yeah.
these experts on the show. With your cookbook, that method worked for you, so you're so great at helping other people to see that there are other options if it works for them also. Like when I first met you, I remember you were a big sister. You know, you were part of the Big Brother program, so you were a
Oh
big
yeah, yeah.
sister.
Yeah. Dude,
Um,
I love doing things in the community. You know, that's one of the things I'm actually doing right now with one of my clients who is
right.
a big nonprofit in Atlanta called Inspire EDU, and I just hopped on board helping them with their marketing. And
Wow.
I've
Nice.
actually been working with them for a while, but it
Mm-hmm.
kind of moved into this because I started a marketing course, you know, the Snapback Journey course, and I was like
Right.
helping other women kind of like, and men, you know, kind of find out what their true talent is and like tap into it and brand that sort of thing. It's kind of
Yeah.
always like a knack, I guess, I had maybe just in the community doing it. Whether it was, I mean, I worked with Chris 180 for a couple of years, and this is going to go everywhere. You might need to really pull me in.
Uh-huh.
'Cause-
No, you're good.
but Chris 180 is, it's actually, I don't want to say like a mental health facility because that
Right.
sounds crazy,
Uh-huh.
no pun intended. But it's,
Right.
but it actually is a youth center, and I worked there for a couple of years, and I used to help the youth like create music, and all we did was like write and like, because you know that it said that when you use the creative side of your brain, if you have
Right.
mental illness, whether it's depression, anxiety, whatever, you're using that creative energy, it helps. So
Right.
I worked with the kids to find that talent. But I think it's always, that was always something I love doing, like helping people kind of find that talent, or you know, whether it was like in college with the freestyling and the homies, like yo, you're dope. You know what I mean? From that
Right.
level, right? From
Right.
that level to all the way, you know, to this level of like helping, you know, nonprofits in the community like market what they're doing, like you know,
Right.
Inspire EDU, they're like giving out laptops to youth and middle schools and elementary schools, and like just doing really good things. But you know, maybe
Right.
not everybody knows. How do we get them to kind of, you
Right.
know, show what they're doing and all that good stuff? So you know, I love community stuff. That's me tenfold. I love it, love it, love it. Community, everything.
Yeah, I read this thing one time where it was an article about what nonprofits get paid, like where the money goes. And to be honest, somebody was saying they should get paid well. That's the way you get people involved more.
Yeah.
Because you think like nonprofits, these people should sacrifice themselves, which they do.
Right.
But I mean, we want more people in the sector of helping the community
Yeah.
and really being out there. And if it's lucrative, if it's attractive, of course, people are going to want to do it even more and get more people involved in that. But I think people think like, oh, we're spending too much money on this or that salary. It's like you want people to get in. Tammy G. Lewis says, my girl,
Hey,
Checka.
what's up, Tammy?
It's an interactive show.
Can you believe I'm out at this time, girl? She's probably like, whoa, Lord. I can't even get on a conference or anything with her past 8 o'clock.
I
But
know.
yeah,
Thank
no,
you so much for being
I
on the
think
show.
the philanthropy is it, you know, for me, like it's everything. It's giving back. It's like, I love that. Like that's totally who I am at core. Like, why not share what you know? Why not help others? Why not, you know, like I know
Right.
there is money in it, you know, but
Mm-hmm.
it's not all about the money, right? It's kind of like
Right.
making a difference and like really,
Right.
you know, purpose.
Do you
Right.
feel more fulfilled doing what you're doing now compared to maybe your radio days? Do you feel like you've evolved, like you've gained all these skills along the way, and now you have your own podcast and you're talking to all these people about these really important issues and out in the community helping the nonprofit with the marketing course? Where can people find your podcast and marketing course? I'm going to put all the information in the description.
My podcast is on all platforms called Snapback Journey.
Right.
But no, I think that I learned a lot in radio. You know,
Right.
I learned a lot of marketing approaches and strategies and like
Right.
things that I would have never learned unless I was doing it. Right. So like I
Right.
don't discredit the days of radio.
Oh, yeah.
You know, in fact, like I met a lot of community through radio. We used to
Yeah.
deliver turkeys and like knock on doors, right? Like help get people to vote. Like, and I learned that that was a passion. So I would have never known. Well, maybe I would have along the way, but like radio definitely showed me community for sure. Like I can't even discredit that at all.
And
But-
hustle. They probably
and
got
hustle.
you.
I mean, I
Yeah.
think I've always had hustle. People always know me like, yo, you a hustler. You got so many hustles. But
Uh-huh.
it's just more like, you know, tapping into who you are. And I think that people get, you know, like associated with a title, and then that's all it is for them.
Right.
Like, oh, I am the director of such and such, right? But no,
Right.
like you could be a million things. Like
Yes.
you are
Right.
a million things. We are all different. You know, there's so many different parts of our personalities. Like I'm a mom, I'm a wife. There's so much to me. Like I play softball every freaking summer. Like I coach the softball team. Like people don't even know there's layers, right, to this shit.
Nice.
Yeah.
What position?
And then you.
Like, what position?
Are you
Third
pitcher?
catcher.
Third catcher.
Third
Okay.
catcher.
Nice.
I
And
gotta
then
shoot. I
every
gotta
time,
shoot.
yeah, every time I see your live, it's always like this. Cause you're running.
Oh, is
You're
it?
running while you're doing it. I'm like, girl,
Oh yeah. It's the
this
worst.
girl's always doing something. How was the marathon for you? You just ran the marathon.
So 10K, not a
Mhm.
marathon, not there yet, but I think I will. I would love
10
to,
steps
but-
is a marathon for me. What are you talking about? 10K.
Well, Angela did
10K.
12 steps today.
10K, so
So
6.2 miles.
6.2 miles. Girls, I don't
Yeah.
girl, I don't even drive 6.2 miles. I'm like, how far is that Kroger? I'm
it's
not.
not something you should share.
Oh, I shouldn't. Oh, my bad. I mean,
It's
only
not-
6.2?
It's not too bad.
So 10K,
Matter of
that's a
fact,
straight
Tammy
shot.
knows about it because Tammy, who's on, she's ran that too. And she's, I mean,
Nice.
she's a breast cancer survivor and everything. She
Oh,
ran.
nice.
She's been on the show and everything, but she thought it was a 5K when we first ran it for the first year. I got her.
Nah, girl, we got 1.2 more to go. Come on.
we got some more. Hold up. Oh my God.
She was raising her hands thinking it was done. And she's like, hold up, wait, why are we still
Well,
running?
I know, right?
I don't see the signs. Where the signs at?
Hold up. Why are they giving us a bottle of water?
Keep going.
Going.
Keep going. You're doing well.
Oh, my goodness. Talking about, she said, girl,
She's like,
with
girl,
extra
exactly.
use.
I
Can you,
want to do 10K. Sign me up.
10K
This
is not
guy.
bad. It's not too bad, man.
I'll
It really
do-
is
Yeah.
not
I'll
too
do a
bad.
10K if there's like a bucket of fried chicken at the end.
There could be.
World,
Whatever floats your
break
boat.
records. Break
Look,
records.
whatever it is at the end of the tunnel that's gonna help you get there.
Did that
It's
also,
all, it's all mental though. It's all mental, yo. Like it's all mental. You know, it's like I love running in races though. I get emotional when I start running races.
What? Why?
Why?
Like,
you
yo,
like-
this shit is hard. Like you gotta just fight through every crevice.
And
of
you
your
just
body,
started?
wanting to give up.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you gotta fight
Because
through
it's
it.
like-
Dang.
You know, it's so metaphorically like who you are, like, and you
Right.
start thinking about that shit. You're like, damn, if I just, you know, wake up earlier, if I just go a little harder, you know, it's like that same mentality, like, of let me just take another step, you know?
Right. Like you're
So
almost
it-
there. Almost there. Uh-huh.
Yeah, you're almost there, sort of thing. You know what I'm saying?
Dang.
Nice.
There's a
Let's-
whole book about runners and like how fucking crazy mental it is and all that. shit.
Really?
Oh yeah, I can't remember the author, but I don't know. It's like all deep about like running and like the metaphorics of it and the mental and like just, you know. It's
Right.
true. You start seeing people fall out, like not fall out, but like they'll stop running and then you're like, oh snap, I could stop too, you know. So it's like that, like who's around you, who's
Right.
doper. But I'm so competitive. Oh my god.
You
Well, I've
got
seen
it.
people, they start bleeding from their nipples. Can I say nipples on the
Yeah,
show?
Oh,
yeah,
because
yeah,
they're
yeah, yeah. Yes,
chafing? I've
that's
seen people
real.
collapse.
The real thing?
Like they'll
That's a real
collapse.
thing. Collapsing is
Yeah.
real too. I mean,
Yeah, because their legs give out.
the
Wow.
legs give out, or you
Yeah.
get dehydrated, you know. Some people, so it's all kind of shit that you could be scared about while you're running.
Right.
You're like, oh shit, am I about to, I can't. And then this year, remember, it was the mask wearing, so you never
Right.
get
Oh, man.
extra piece of like, you know,
Resistance,
thing,
yeah.
that's messing with you mentally, right? You're like, shit, am I gonna be able to wear it? I didn't even really wear mine, to be honest with you, and there was thousands of people out there, you know.
Mhm.
But I
Uh-huh.
was just like, listen, we're spaced out enough. I'm good. I'm gonna stay on this
Right.
side.
When you're pregnant, though, besides your Snapback Journey cookbook, the working out, I would see you work out. Did that also help you with your
Yes. Yeah.
diabetes?
Yeah, so I worked out a lot with Amelia, my first pregnancy,
Uh-huh.
and then my second pregnancy
You
became
chilled?
because I got the gestational, and I was
Uh-huh.
like, you know, we were in pandemic, so we
Right.
were quarantined, and we couldn't leave the house too much. So I was like subjected to my living room floor, and I was like, this is not popping. And then I ended up getting gestational, and I just really felt like low energy all the time with it. I was like, sometimes if I was going to get something out of my cabinets in the kitchen, it was like I felt tired as hell, you know, like I mean
Dang.
that to that level of like no energy. So I did work out, but it was walking. It was
Uh-huh.
not, it was yoga, it was light, like meditation. For me, that's workout because it's a peace of mind, it's a minute to
Sure.
myself, it's woosah. But it wasn't hardcore running, Checka. It wasn't beast mode. You know, it was definitely different when I was pregnant with. That's why, and that's what, you know, really made me want to write the book and like really talk about. Because for me, I felt like shit because of that.
Right.
Like I couldn't run, I couldn't work out. You know,
Yeah.
it's like you feel helpless.
You're an outdoor person, huh? You're like an outdoor workout person.
Outdoor. Yeah, I like to hit the streets.
Yeah, I don't like
to
being
hit the pavement.
indoors and lifting. He's like, you gotta
Boring.
lift. Yes. New
More
York,
of a
I never
indoor
worked
person.
out. Check out, I never worked out in New York. I was the skinniest in New York because you walk everywhere
Walk.
and the stairs. I feel like they turn off the escalators from time to time on purpose. Like, yeah, like
So I
it's
tell
not gonna.
Angela, go outside and
That's
walk.
messed up.
Yeah, he's like, leave then.
Go walk.
Oh,
She
shit.
say,
Yo,
oh, I
walking is
want.
the best, though. Walking is beautiful. I love
How do you walk
walking.
here? There's no sidewalks. Where are you gonna walk?
Oh, damn.
In the parking lot?
Damn. That's not, nope, can't do it.
Oh
Yeah,
my!
She's like, I gotta work. I gotta walk where I'm going somewhere. She
I
can't
didn't-
just go outside and walk.
I didn't get to ask you though. What do you have a crazy story from your radio days? Because now
my
you're
God.
all
Which
oh,
one?
no.
There's
Just
so
one.
many. There's
One
so
that won't
many.
incriminate anybody.
Yeah, let's keep it
Let's
There's
keep
kinda
it like
so many.
incognito.
I mean, like I think about like when I first started in radio and I worked for KTU, the Beat in New York in New York City. We
yes.
used to do a lot of crazy shit, like
Oh,
all
no.
the time. I'm sorry,
Uh-huh.
the potty mouth is coming out slowly.
No, it's
You're
that
good.
type of show.
No, we're
Welcome.
good.
Right. So we used to just do crazy shit. So you know the Jersey Shore, and
Right.
then you know there's the Hamptons. So for Labor Day weekend and 4th of July, just to give you a little context, and for Memorial Day, they would send crews out. We were called the Party Crews. Okay,
Right.
Party
Uh-huh.
Crew. So we would go out, and I was on the promotions team. This was before I was on the air. This was like I was the promotions girl. That's why I
Right.
love marketing so much. But promotions girl, and you know they would send a group of four out to each location, to the Hamptons and then to the Jersey Shore. And we
Right.
would just do crazy shit. But I remember and it probably won't even be the craziest story to you, but like we were supposed to be on the beach, and we were supposed to be like handing out like, you know, like KTU, like not paraphernalia, but you know, like tchotchkes
Pamphlets and
shit.
stuff.
I know, the
Pamphlets.
pamphlets.
Paraphernalia. What?
Right, not that.
That is
not
crazy.
That is
Well,
that is crazy.
Well, maybe that too.
bongs with KTU on it.
Oh my God, right? But no, we ended up going like on a boat with like some random dudes or whatever that we met. It was a group of girls, you know, they sent out. And so we ended up getting stuck on the boat in the middle of the water, like, and we were supposed to be working and shit. So, I mean, just crazy, dumb, stupid stories, a lot of shit like that.
Wait, how'd you guys get back?
Well, we ended up
Swam.
having to call Towboat Us. Who knew that there was a Towboat Us? Like,
Wow.
I never even knew that there was towboat, like towing companies for boats. And
What's your
anyway,
location? I'm in the middle.
I'm in the middle somewhere. Find us, please.
It's like I could see a blue light and a yellow light from here on the shore. Like,
Please hurry. I'm still at work.
yeah.
Crazy. I remember even you'll appreciate this story. One time I was driving one of the trucks because I was on the street team and driving the trucks, and I ended up bumping in, going through the Holland Tunnel. I bumped into somebody, a little tab. It was not too crazy. Right? My driving skills are there. But it ended up being Fat Man Scoop.
Oh, no.
He gets out the car and he's like, yo, my man, yo, what's good, yo? Man, I know I'm with another radio station and everything, but damn. Because I'm in a radio station truck. And I'm like, yo, I'm sorry. He's like, man, my man over there, Big Latino, I'm going to call him up and let him know you coming and you hitting my car. And I'm like, oh, boy. Just crazy stuff all the time. Like, just Sugar Hill Gang, on stage with Sugar Hill Gang. You know, they take one of the girls on our street team and flip her like upside down and inside out. We on stage with Sugar Hill. I mean, just crazy.
Nice.
Just
Iconic.
crazy. And this is just like back in the day. I mean, there's been crazier stories. Like,
oh my
gosh.
Can I ask you though? Okay, so I have a question. You know how back in the day people would call into the radio and be like, oh, I want to do a shout out.
Yeah, they still do.
I called. And I was like, I want to do a shout out. I don't know if it was like press 4 for a shout out or something. So I was like, beep, like whatever. It was Hot 97. I was like, oh, okay. Like, I was like, it was quiet. And I was like, okay, I guess I'm supposed to shout it. I thought it was going to be live. I thought they literally pick live people to be like, oh, shout. I didn't know it was a recording. So I was like, oh, I want to shout out. At the time, it was a dude. Let's call him Bob.
Nobody cares.
Yeah.
Nobody.
Shout out, Bob.
Story's over.
Shout out to Bob.
Bob and like Pookie and like, you know, I want to shout out Bengay. You helped me out. My back hurt, but now it don't hurt. I'm just smelling now. And then there was no beep or anything, so I'm just like on the phone.
That's so random.
Waiting. I thought someone was gonna come on and be like, okay, we're gonna play you next. Thank you for your shout out. I thought it was live.
It must have been late night. You must have been calling late night. It had to have been.
It was. I was in junior high school.
Like when nobody answers calls because they're too busy like doing other shit in the studio or not.
Nice.
Like,
the one time I called, and it's because something. It was like it was like I couldn't. We didn't have Google back then, right? Like we didn't have any apps. We didn't have iPhone. We didn't have nothing. It was before even Nokia phones or whatever. Right. And I was like, dang, I have this song in my head. And I called the radio station. It wasn't on air. They just like, you know, picked up. I was like, hi, do you know what this song is? No More I Love You. And they were like, I think that's Annie Lennox. And I was like, okay, thank you.
Seriously?
And then
that was
literally did that.
That is funny.
They were like, I think that's Annie Lennox. I'm like, thank you. Because I couldn't like think of, I was like, what is the song?
People call all the time. We used to call all the time for the name of a song. Like, who is this artist? Who is this artist?
That's too funny. She was like, I think that's, hold on. Is that, hey, what's that song? And I was like, yeah, it's Annie Lennox. I was like, thank you. Thank you for that.
Nice.
Like, I don't even know what I'm playing. Let me double check.
Oh my God. What's the crazy? You remember when they used to do those contests? Like, you know, call in and all you have to say is, thank you, Z100. And they would give you like $1,000 or something. There was a contest.
That's real.
And this woman called in. She's like, oh my, like the 100th caller will get the prize or whatever. She was like, oh my God, it's me. Oh my God. She was like crazy. She was like going crazy. She was like, oh my God. All right, what's the radio station that gave you $1,000? She's like, 103.4.
Oh no, another station. I can't tell you how many times that happens. A
She
Yeah,
lot.
well,
didn't get it.
do you cut them off? You don't give them the
Yeah.
No,
money at
they don't
that
get it
point?
because the thing is, you have to say
Ah,
the phrase. That was the
Oh, the
contest.
pays, right? The phase that pays or whatever.
Yes, yes, man. You must have really hustled in radio if you were an intern. You weren't just getting
Oh, I was
coffee.
an
That'd be
intern.
easy. Yeah, yeah. You were like out
Hardcore.
there.
Hardcore intern.
Yeah. Dang. So
Yeah,
what
we
do
were
you want?
getting soup with
Mhm.
Wendy Williams. She was making us do all kind of crazy, weird, dumb shit. Like, oh, go get me some soup. Go get my shoes from,
Right.
the store. Like, all kind of,
It's all the little things though. They all add up. When you're like in charge of
Yeah.
bigger things, you literally like. I swear, he's like, oh, like 20 minutes before the show, he's like, "Can you make me a coffee?" Because he likes the way I make his coffee.
Oh,
And I'm
see,
like,
see, I knew you
bro,
made it something.
I
she
don't.
she got
See, she makes the
something.
I
coffee.
do cook. You know what I'm saying? I do cook. There's a reason why he keeps me around. I cook in the kitchen too. All right,
She
let me
makes good
stop.
eggs. She makes good eggs.
No, and I'm like thinking like if this ever becomes something big, I would have someone to get you your coffee. Like I would have someone like that would do those little things because they all add up. But
Yeah, they do.
I feel like with New York, like they're not just asking you to get this and that. It's like you're on the promo team. You gotta go hand these out and like, oh
Oh yeah,
wow,
you're being tested 24/7. When I worked at
dang.
Bad Boy Records, I did a lot of dumb shit too. Like got a lot of lunch and stuff, and
Yeah,
Cheesecake.
you ever
Cheesecake.
see that?
cheesecake, right?
You ever see that show? I think it was called The Intern, and it was with Diddy was finding an intern, and one of his previous
Okay.
intern, yeah, was like, yeah,
I
like
thought it was
when
making the band. Isn't making the band?
no.
Oh,
It,
no,
it
that's not
wasn't
making.
that he had to act. This was when like he had like 17 shows on MTV. It was
Mm,
like making the band too. It was like all these shows.
Right.
One of them was like The Intern,
I don't remember that one.
and he made them like walk around with chains around them like a chain gang. And it was crazy, but
I
That's
believe
he
it.
weird.
was
I believe it.
no, it was like challenges, you know. He
Yeah.
and his intern was talking about how like one day Diddy just came in and gave her a picture, just a picture of a girl, and was like, "Yo, find this model or find this girl to be a model in one of his things."
Ah.
And she was like, "It was just a picture. Like, how am I supposed to find a person, needle in a haystack?" So I could only
Damn. Yeah. Crazy.
imagine.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh man,
Crazy
so
shit.
what do you want to achieve with your podcast and your marketing and your cookbook?
There's so many things going on, right?
Yeah, I love it though. I don't really believe that people are just one thing. There
Right.
are a lot of, people are so
There's
diverse
layers,
in there. Yeah,
layers,
yeah,
layers.
yeah.
I mean, I just want to be able to help people with the course and with the cookbook and with the podcast. Really and truly, it's about touching lives and it's about making
Right.
an effective impact. Like
Mm-hmm.
and
Nice.
it centers around women who are struggling in a certain area, whatever that area may be, right? So
And then how they get their snapback.
and how they get this snapback exactly. So
I love
whether
it.
it's the book helping you with some food in the kitchen, or
Mm-hmm.
whether it's the course helping you market and brand yourself, or
Mm-hmm.
if it's the podcast and you just hear a story that you're enlightened by, because there's so many women that come on that have been through so many different things, like we talked about
Yeah.
earlier. There's so many different stories, whether it's death, whether it's gender pay gap, whatever. I mean,
Right.
Tammy's been on with her breast cancer journey, and so
Right.
like there's so many different stories. It's just about inspiration, man. It's about impact and inspiration.
I
Nice.
think it takes a lot for people to admit what they go through because it really does help other people.
Right.
Like
Absolutely.
just being able to relate, like, oh, other people have felt this type of pain that I'm going
Yeah,
through right now helps. Community is so important.
that's right.
And you've always been such an advocate for it. I love it. What are your aspirations in the future? What would you like to achieve?
Nowadays I feel like it's so much about my kids. So it's like
Yeah.
whatever I do now, it has to be like a legacy that can be passed down, right? So like if I'm
Right.
doing anything, if I'm working, it is like to make sure that whatever it is can be passed down to my child, right? So like now we got I've done the cookbook. Now I'm like, ooh, let me pop out a book for Amelia. Like she gets to get a book. Like maybe everybody in the house will like have a book. Just
Wow.
Nice.
leaving something that's lasting on this earth that's impactful. Like, but
Right.
for everybody, but for the family, like my daughter to see it, like, she gets it. She talks to me. She'll be like, "Oh, your cookbook." She knows the deal. She sees
Right.
what's going on, So
Right.
it's like not intentionally, but she's right there. She's gonna see everything.
She
So it's
sees
like
mommy hustling. That's what it is.
she's mommy hustling, and
And
You
that
it's
know,
all
kind
from
of
the crib. It's all from the crib. So mommy's still being a good mommy and
right.
spending a lot of time with her, with the baby on the boob, nursing at the same damn time.
Right. Mixing a pot while with the baby.
yeah. I
And
need to do more. I feel.
I wonder if you're ever going to do maybe like a children's book because she's mixed. And I
Well,
think a lot of
Amelia's book,
kids.
yes, children's.
Yeah.
I want it to be a children's book. Yeah, that would be
Yeah.
cute. A mixed children. I
There
have a
are,
little idea around it, but
yeah, because there's some children's books about being mixed race, and I think it helps a lot of other kids because we are all mixing. So, I'm mixed,
I
so
love it. We
we're
love
spicy and sweet. No,
That's
so
right. It's a great thing to be a mixed breed. I love it,
mixed breed.
but it's also really
I love
hard
it.
to be a mixed breed, right?
Yeah, I
Like
never felt like I fit in anywhere, and then
never.
as an
Yeah.
adult, I started to come across people who are mixed like me, and I was like, oh snap, I'm not the only one. And coming from New York, you know how New York is. It's a melting pot, but it's not really like you don't see a lot of mixed people.
Yeah.
It's more
Well,
like
you
Still clicked
do.
up in a sense,
Yeah.
I swear I would like change my accent like compared to who I was talking to. It's funny. It's like, but it was like in junior high school. You have your cliques. So then I would go over to the Puerto Rican Boricua, and they love it.
What
And
up?
then,
Right.
you know what
But
it
that
was
happens.
too?
You become a chameleon, right? Like you're not gonna go to
Yeah,
church.
New
You're
York
gonna
is
go
like
to
that.
church and you're gonna speak like the church people. You're not gonna go
Yeah.
in
Right.
there acting like, what up, though?
That's what I'm talking about, pastor shit.
Yo, I fucks with you. I fucks with you, Pastor.
Everybody pray.
What's
We
going
gonna
on?
pray. No, oh my gosh. And then I thought I was so gangster. Like, everybody had their little cliques, and if there was a fight or so, I feel like we grew up in a good time. If there was a fight, everybody would be like, oh, you want to fight me? And then they'll take off like
Take off the
everyone.
rings.
And then, you want it, and the Vaseline on the face.
Vaseline.
It's like, you brought Vaseline? What's going
Really?
on? How
Like you
bad
were
you think
ready. Oh my god.
I hold the pack.
Oh my
I
god.
hold the pack.
I can catch a
My
fight?
fight pack.
Oh my god!
Funny.
Because you know why? Because we never got to the fight. You took
No.
so much time taking off the rings. By then, it was squashed. Like
It
no,
was done.
and then I just didn't like how you talked to me like that. I was like, you know what? But we cool, right? By
Friends
the second
again
year,
tomorrow.
yeah, because everybody was struggling. Oh man,
Nice.
it's so great to have you on the show. Checka, can you tell everyone where they can find you?
Of course. You can go to yochecka.com. That's YOCHECKA.com.
I'm gonna put it right here.
Yes. Everything is on there. You can connect to the podcast from there. You can connect to the book. You can connect to, I have also apparel. You can connect to the clothing.
Yes.
Oh, nice.
Everything is right on the
Merch.
hub. But
She
yeah,
merch.
I have merch. But also Facebook too. I'm trying to build up my group. Snapback Journey podcast is the group. So if you want to join the group, you are welcome to join me on Facebook. We talk a lot of fun stuff, and
I'm already in there. I'm in there. Yeah. Wait, so you say yochecka.com, YOCHECKA.com?
Yep.
Gotcha. I'm gonna put it right here, people. Go
You
to
didn't give her
yochecka.com.
a trivia
Thank
question.
you.
What happened?
You are too funny.
You're
What
not-
is that?
why
Do
are
you
you not-
want?
Oh,
Why are you not ready with the trivia
I
question?
am ready. This guy. I got into the conversation too much.
You're not ready.
You know
Wait,
what? Why
do I
don't you
win
give
money?
her a
Is
trivia
there money
question?
up on there?
All
Could
right.
be.
So
Go ahead. Go ahead and let her know what's going on.
let me show you what's on the wheel. Okay. All right. You could win. Okay. First of all, we're a small production. I don't.
We're trying our best.
Yeah.
Trying
Okay.
our best.
So we have a cartoon by Mike.
Yes.
Okay. A hug by yours truly. Firm hug. I'm gonna give you a firm hug.
I
Solid.
love that.
This is $100 AngelaTheComic bucks. That's if we go public or something. It'll be a future
that.
coupon.
It's not
Okay.
worth anything right now.
But
Good idea. Good
don't-
idea.
it's like cryptocurrency.
Or merch.
Yeah.
we may have merch at one
We have a
point.
gift card, Amazon $10.
Nice.
We have the box, mystery box.
The box.
You could get a handshake, a firm handshake from me, sanitized.
Sanitized. Yeah.
Sanitized. Yeah. Tickets for a Netflix show. So movie, basically we tell you what to watch on your Netflix account and want full report.
Oh, fun.
You're the only one that was positive about that.
Cocaine Cowboys. Watch it.
Yeah, that's probably what
Not
you.
bad. Well, when the kids are asleep.
$50, Angela the Comic bucks.
Nice. More merch.
In the future, if we have merch, right? $10 Starbucks gift card.
Oh,
Solid.
that's always a good one.
A poem by Angela the Comic. That it will be a whole production for that.
Yeah.
And we're back to a cartoon by anything that interests you.
Oh wait,
Anything.
I get to pick? I thought.
Yeah.
No, I was just curious.
Kinda
This
wanna
wheel's a
know.
little broken, but
I
you
like
know.
the Netflix suggestion. That's always fun.
Really? And then
I
you're
know,
gonna do a
that sounds
full
really
report.
corny.
No. And then you're gonna
But-
do a full report. No, I like it.
Oh,
I
I
like
have
it.
to do a full report.
Yes,
No,
we're
you
gonna
don't.
tell you what to watch
Please
on
don't.
Netflix. I'm glad you picked that.
All right.
Let's spin the wheel.
Spin the wheel.
I'm like aggressive
There's no
game
mis-
shows.
What happened to the
That's what you
mystery
gonna
box?
get.
What you gonna get?
All right. You ready? Oh, hold on.
Yeah. I wish I
Thing
could
is-
spin it.
Yeah.
I know. We gotta do
Envelope?
this in person.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Okay. Wait, blow. This thing is broken though. Hold on a second.
Oh,
Tickets
break?
for Netflix
tickets for
movie.
Netflix movie. Oh my God, you won. You won exactly what you asked for. I don't know why it keeps doing that.
All right. I know it's broken. All right. Check out. This is what I want you to watch.
Uh-oh.
I want you to watch. And you know what? The hubby might like this too. The hubby might like this because me and Mike were watching it. It was really fun. Cocaine Cowboys, the Kings of Miami. You gotta watch it.
Take it out.
Gotta watch
Wait,
it. You're
what
gonna
is
love
it?
it.
Cocaine Cowboys?
Cocaine Cowboy.
Oh, cocaine
Cowboys.
Cowboys.
Yeah. I have a little bit of stuffed
Okay.
nose.
The coca.
Yeah.
Coca.
Yeah.
Coca, the
Oh, that
Kings of
sounds like
Miami.
it's right up my husband's alley. He loves
Yes,
all that
6
gangsta stuff.
Yeah,
Who
it's pretty
doesn't?
good.
Who
It's pretty
doesn't?
good.
No, I
It's
like
ridiculous.
it. I like
Yeah. No, I'm saying like these dudes. I swear, they could live their virtual fantasy, but don't be bringing that stuff home.
I could be a king.
Exactly.
A king.
Mike knows better than to bring any money home. It'll disappear. It's like a black hole. It'll just disappear.
Oh, how much did we make?
Let me see that for a second. He brings a stack. Let me just see that for just a second.
It's gone.
You know, like it's like when mommies are like, oh, you're playing with something dangerous. Let me see that for a second. Let me see that for a second.
Yeah. I know
Gone.
exactly.
Oh man! Thank you so much for being on the show,
Thank you.
and everybody
You
needs to
guys
check
are
out
the
your
best.
checka.com. I can't
I'm
wait to
so
do this
proud
again
of
in
you
person.
guys. I'm so proud.
Aw,
of you.
thank
I love it.
you.
It's good.
Thank
You guys
Thank
do great
you.
promotions. Talking
Hey.
about marketing, you guys are beast on the market tip. I like
Oh
it.
my
I
god!
Working on it.
We're going into overtime. I love it. Let's do it. Tell us
Okay.
more about what we're doing right as a marketing.
Look, that's a whole nother session.
Yeah.
Right.
That's a whole nother private. I
Right?
can come on and do a
No.
whole session.
That'd be dope. That'd
So-
be dope.
We're gonna do this in person in the future, in the near future, when
Yeah.
everything's over.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, success, and we can't wait to, promote this interview and
Thank you. Make
just
sure you get
check
the
it.
book. It's on Amazon. You can get it.
Yes,
on
Kindle.
It'll be on paperback. Get the book. It's called
Nice.
Snapback Journey. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, it's super easy
I
to find.
love-
The Snapback Journey Cookbook.
Thank
it.
you.
Cop
Thank
that.
you.
Cop
See you.
that.
Bye.
Bye.
Peace.
Cop the book, people.
Peace. Cop the book.
I love
Cop the
kimchi.
book.
I love kimchi. I love
Cop the
kimchi.
book.
I love kimchi. Come on.
I will say the dogs were not well behaved this episode.
No, you know why? Because they had a nap.
The white
But you know
one.
that's very common. The gestational diabetes. I say gestational
I'm
diabetes.
pretty sure you said it wrong.
I'm pretty sure too. You know what? It's
She
the
corrected
hard
you
A.
well, though.
Yeah, she's professional.
She's a professional.
She's
She
a
didn't say
professional.
well, actually. She just said it right.
Yeah, I love it.
Nice.
She's so great.
Learn something from it. Feels weird because she's a professional, host.
Oh
and
no! Tell me how
interviewer.
weird it is.
And we're giving
We're
it a
amateurs.
shot here. We're trying our best in this little
like,
spare bedroom of
"Oh,
ours. Just like, oh yeah,
They're
it's
so
a nice-
cute.
cute little
Ask
show
me another
here.
question.
What else you got?
What else you got? How you gonna phrase this?
Fun fact: I met CheckaCee in the beginning of my rap career,
And my singing career.
and she interviewed me and the group I was with at the moment. Good time. Super nervous. No reason to be, but we were, because she's obviously someone that has a lot of followers, or in that time she had a little more clout.
No, she still does.
I'm saying at that time we didn't know her at all. It was like, oh, okay. And you actually pursued that for us, so that I appreciate that, trying to get us in front of the people.
Of course.
Good
I was
time.
like your manager and stuff like that.
I remember being kind of nervous, but I ended up being the least nervous, at least in my mind.
Because you're always so cool.
During the time.
You're so smooth like butter.
But watching it again, we're like, wow, why are we so stiff? We got to be better. Just a couple young bucks trying to drop a song.
That's so adorable. You're so adorable. And I was trying to do a singing career. She would like have, but you know what I love about Checka is that she's such a good, I don't know how to explain it. Like, there's people who are like, oh, you're doing this wrong. That's not good. That's not, they're like kind of come off with that negative energy. She's not like that at all.
Nah,
like when I first started, she's like, you know what? I want to help you, but you're going to have to do a few more shows, get comfortable. Like, she's such a good friend, the way she breaks things down.
Positive.
And I really appreciated that, because it was like, I was just super fresh in the game. And now I'm in comedy.
Super fresh. But yeah, shout out to Checka.
CheckaCee. YoChecka.com.
Check her out.
YoChecka.com.
Right. And that's the show, or what else are we doing here?
You know what?
I think these dogs need
I'm
a
going to
walk.
see everybody, and you're going to see everybody next Thursday. We're going to see you next Thursday. Thank you so much for tuning in. This was Angela the Comic, and
I am Mike Lowe of Mike Lowe Productions. Go follow my shit.
I love kimchi. I love kimchi. I love kimchi.